Plaintiff Ron Thomas says when he first started dating the defendant, everything was great, especially the sex. However, Ron claims due to the defendant's crack addiction, she started disappearing and stealing his money. Ron's suing because he claims the defendant vandalized one of his cars and set his other car on fire. Defendant Sawana Bailey says Ron is obsessed with her because she gave him threesomes, and he's just mad at her because she left him for a woman. Sawana denies damaging Ron's cars, and she's countersuing for property.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, I'd like to say first that it is a true privilege to be here in your court with you today. Back in 2001, in Detroit at the Renaissance, I attended the third Black Annual Philanthropy Conference, where you also was a part. I have the booklet here. You have a full-page ad. But one of the greatest things that happened was the keynote speaker was Dr. George Frazier, and afterwards he took my business card. A few months later, this book arrives. I'm flipping through it. This is very nice. It has T.D. Jakes, Bob Johnson, and Oprah Winfrey on the cover, which I was very impressed at. But when I got to page 324, I was really impressed because it's the Michigan group. And my name is in the first column, and I look down and I see your name. I was so honored to be part of that. Yes, sir.
Congratulations to you. I'm proud to hear that you were part of that. Let me see it. See if we can get that book.
And in a lot of ways, you've motivated me to do several things in my community. As you notice, most of the pins on my chest, they're mom and pop's pins and 20 years of service to my community.
Good, good.
There's a couple
Where you live?
I live in Flint, Michigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am in here. All right.
All right. That's what I said.
I am doing something every now and then. Saw the ad. Now let me see what I'm doing.
Second column, bottom.
All right, second column at the bottom. They put me at the bottom. That mean I'm doing the least?
No, that don't mean you're... Well, not in my eyes, Your Honor.
Congratulations to you, man. I'm so proud to hear that. Yeah, we need more men like you to work in the community. Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What'd you do?
Besides being cute.
Doyle say besides being cute.
Well,
Go
that
ahead.
she is.
All right. Well, give me some background on the two of you.
Well, 4 years ago we met, and pretty much for the first year and a half, relationship went great. I mean, really great. Sex was the bomb. Just being
That
straight
helps,
up.
doesn't it?
Sure enough did. And we pretty much had a great time, but then after about a year and a half, first the money borrowing. And then when I wouldn't loan her or give her any more money, she stole it. And it's because of her crack cocaine and alcohol addiction. Now, we even went through an intervention where I sat her down and told her, look, you got to get off of this. You got to clear your head. You are a wonderful person. You have children you haven't seen. I've known her for 4 years, and there's only a half a dozen times where I've known she went to see her children, and I'm not sure about those. I'm not sure. I've only seen pictures of 3 of them.
Let me hear from you about these things.
Okay, Your Honor. First of all, we're not here. It's not really about the car or things like that. It's because I left him for my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's really about. And he's suing me. Whatever the burn up car and all that, or whatever he said I did to his car, that is not. That's not the issue. It's because I moved out from him.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't spoken about that, but I was trying to give you a chance to address the fact that he alleged you a crackhead that has had your children taken from you.
That don't have anything to do with our relationship.
All right, good enough.
Yeah,
she said she doesn't want to address the allegation that she's a crackhead with her kids taken.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Well,
somebody do that to me, ma'am. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say no. Go ahead.
I'm going to say no also.
Yeah, go ahead.
To rebut what she said about her girlfriend, I don't care about that. That ain't my thing. I could care less. And then some of her girlfriends I even liked. All right?
You want to be part of that situation, huh, Doctor?
No, Judge. Was part of that situation.
Whoa!
Which works for me, but...
Doyle, you got to go up to Flint.
Yeah. The apartment up there.
Go ahead.
After the intervention, she disappears for about a week or two, and she calls me one day saying, Ron, I've been getting high all this time, and I'm here trying to get me some help. Hopefully I'm going to be inducted into a program today. She was actually inducted into a program the next day. And for the first couple of weeks, she's calling me, saying I'm doing good, my hair is finally clear, like you said, Ron, I can think clearly on things, and I feel so good. Okay, most of that was lies. Because a week later, she shows up at my house, and I find out she's been kicked out of rehab, probably for testing dirty or violent conflict, which she's full of. Since November, she's had 12 violent conflicts that I know of.
Ma'am, you want to address these 12 episodes of violence he alleges?
Yes. First of all, I didn't go to rehab because of the crack. I went because of my girlfriend was in there, and me and him got into it, and I didn't have nowhere to go right then because I didn't want to stay at home by myself.
Okay, and what you're telling me is that drug rehabilitation centers now allow people who don't have any place to stay to come there and live.
Yes, and get yourself together.
I'll tell a lot of people who are homeless that they can go to the drug rehab facilities, even if they walk in there, a little old lady with a Bible, she can still stay in the drug rehab. That's news to me, but all right, go ahead.
And yes, I did have a weed habit, you know, with him, first of all, you know. And yes, and it wasn't, he really was obsessed with me, you know, and that's really what takes the cake. And I gave him threesomes, yes, and he done fell out with that. So
and you got nerve enough to sue her.
And he see, I done gave him everything he wanted. He done took me out.
I got news for you. I'll dismiss your case. No, just kidding.
He took me, bought me lingerie. I done walked around with him. I do private dances. Yes, I do. I done danced for his brothers and everything. You know, I done made my money on the side. I done cashed him out, all that. Here go my paper stating that I gave him my bridge card as soon as it started coming here.
Can you get back to answering my question?
Yes, I can.
And that is, were you involved in 12 acts of violence?
No, I was not.
Okay. Any acts of violence?
No, I was not.
Okay. Go ahead. Get to the car, sir.
On the 26th of March, me and my witness are at my house. She comes up, jumps out of her father's car before it almost stops, running toward the door, screaming all kinds of, you know, can't say those words here today, and give me my stuff. I said, well, I want my stuff back too. And so I say, you know you owe me money. So her father says, look, how much does she owe you? I said, oh, man.
Her father's with her?
Her father's with her. I said, oh, man, come on in here. Because actually, I was going to give her stuff.
Okay, so what occurred?
She runs up while I'm opening the door for her father and kicks the storm door out of my front door. So her father and her friend get her back to the walkway, and then she grabs a shovel, because, you know, March in Michigan is still snowing, and she grabs the shovel, runs over to my car, and starts kicking the bumper of the car and hits the windshield with the shovel. They finally, I go inside, I grab my phone, and I put it on speaker, and dial 911, and when they hear 911 operator, her father's like, I'm out of here. So he goes and jumps in the car. Her friend gets the shovel out of her hand. They get in the car, and her father bags up the street so that I can't see his license plate. So when the police come, I tell them, look, I told him what I just told you. I was finna give her stuff.
You have a report?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
She destroyed the whole car with a shovel?
No, just the front bumper and the windshield. She set the other car on fire.
Oh, my God.
Which my witness can attest to, because she heard the whole, I heard her out there saying, I'll burn your such and such up. I'll burn everything you got up.
Come on up, man. State your name.
Jeanette Crum.
Tell me what you heard or saw.
Okay, on the day in question, I was upstairs in his room watching TV, and I did hear a female downstairs saying, give me my MF and stuff, give me my MF and stuff. And he like, well, give me my MF and money. They was going back and forth. Then I heard a boom. So when I looked out the window, I seen her kicking his car, and then I seen them put her in a blue car and drive up the street. But before then, she like, it's not over. I'll burn this down. So then when I came back, probably like a week later, I'm like, oh, she came back and really burnt your car up. Because the car was like totally burnt up.
Ma'am?
That's a lie, Your Honor. He's a fireman, remind you. And it's a car he talking about I burnt up that's parked across the street that he used to get parts off that car to put on another BMW. I don't have that time. All I wanted was my clothes.
Did you go to the house with your father?
I went to the house, correct, with my father, and I did kick the door.
Okay.
I did not nail time touch his cars. What is I'm gonna touch his cars for? That's not gonna help me get my things.
Okay.
All I wanted was my
I
things.
don't believe you. If you will kick a man's door in while he's right there, you'll certainly go out and damage his car while he's not. Your counterclaim for $17.93 is for personal property. How does he owe you for that?
Because he has my leather jacket. Here is it go right here.
Let's see your list. Sir, do you have her property?
No, sir.
Yes, he
What
did.
happened to it?
And that's the purpose of me
Quiet,
over
ma'am.
there.
What
Sorry.
happened to it?
I called the police that day. They came. He informed me that as long as she had stuff in my house, that she could break in my house and they couldn't arrest her. I called her father to come back and get her property while the police officer was there. Her father came back and collected all her property. Now, as far as the laptop
Do you know of your father going
my
back?
father went back and collected some of my property and all of my stuff wasn't there. He gave me stuff just that he wanted me to have so he can keep coming to see my legs and whatever else he wanted to see on me. Yeah. That's really what it's about, because I'm young and he's older and he want me.
I don't
and he
believe
can't
you,
have
ma'am.
me.
I believe your father got all your things out. I believe that you have a propensity for violence, as he said. You tried to kick this man's door in, and therefore I'm going to grant his judgment and dismiss yours. $4,264. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed.
It's over. It's been over anyway.
She ain't the only fish in the sea. Ba 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 ba.
Whatever. You just mad because you want this and you can't have it with your old.
Well, I'll take my 4,200 with my old
With your funky
self.
breath. I didn't like your breath
my
anyway. That's
funky
why I
breath.
went and got a girl for you, because I
With
wouldn't
my
have to
funky
smell it.
breath.
So I wouldn't have to smell
And
it.
wait a minute, your girl's still coming back?
By the way, you heard what I said.
Oh, that's so nice.
You know what it is.
But if you ever
You
get
know what
clean,
it is. You the most
Remember what you stole?
I know. That's really what it's about. That's really what it's about. That's really what it's about. That's what it's about.